A good afternoon. I'm here in England trying to make my first video on some work. I think first of all, in this little workshop of mine, I've got to do some repairs, some little changes, maintenance basically on my Myford lathe. I haven't done anything since we moved to this house about 2 years. I've just about finished the workshop off, and yeah, I've just got it stable on the ground. It doesn't need to be level, but it needs to be stable, and you need to be sure that both sides of your ways is on the same level so that you can cut through. There is a couple of tightening up on you know, a little bit of play on the ways, on the gips and everything. So I've just changed the oil ports, and then if I turn you over to the lathe, I have recently made that back splashback, which basically stops the wall from getting covered in oil, and yeah, chips flying everywhere. Just try and keep it, get it in the tray at the bottom. I know it's not the best of jobs, but for me it will suit me well. It covers up the motor. I have changed this motor. It's a bit awkward to say that I have changed the motor. Put a new motor on. The old motor burned out. It got, when I opened it up, it was so filled up with chips and rubbish and all sorts of crap that it was a bit of a mess. Yeah, and I'm just trying to keep it a little bit more dust free the way it is. I am planning still to, like I said in a previous video, put a milling machine on this wall. I have changed this old Chinese lathe into a milling, horizontal mill, but it's not really doing a job for me, so I'm planning to get rid of it or dismantle it, maybe put it in storage. If I can't get rid of it, maybe I might use some of it in future projects, you know, cut it up or what, I don't know what might happen. I always got some interesting ideas, some silly methods, and some of them work, some don't. Right, let's get back to the lathe. Alright, so I've got you mounted above me now, just so that you might have a better overview on what I'm doing, but you might see the back of my head. You have to excuse the shininess of my head. It's one of those blessings of getting a bit on. So I suppose some people are saying it's wisdom. It might be, but if I, is this engaged now? No, it's loose. But yeah, I mean, overall there's a bit of play. I can feel it here. So just want to tighten all of that up. Check the ways, basically both sides of it. Try and get the same level on both sides, just so that your center points wouldn't be off center, and then when you try and turn something, you end up turning a taper rather than a nice straight cut on your piece of work. So yeah, let me dig out some tools and I'll get back to you. So what I got here is a set of parallels. Basically it's machined through pieces of metal, very reliable. and the idea is that you can put that over both sides of the ways so that you can get a true angle, that your level isn't bouncy, and you can get a true level either side. What I also got is one of these, it's only a cheap thing, but a digital level box they call it, but basically a digital level. So first of all, I should clean this ways off a little, because as soon as you got a bit of a swath on the ways, it ends up not giving you a true measurement. So just wipe all of this clean, and I have oiled it up just when I moved it in here. Unfortunately, with the move and everything, I didn't have space for everything, so it ended up staying on the top for a while, so I had to clean up everything a little, and it just oiled the heck out of it, just to try and stop it from rusting, because that's the worst thing you can have in a machine shop. And trying to, well, like I said in previous videos, I would like to be able to do steam engines, build some miniature steam engines, or maybe little petrol or diesel even engines. That would be a good test for what I can achieve. So basically I put that on there, I'll zero it out. Let me see, how do I do that? Come on, there you are. So that's 0 on that side, and I would like to get the same reading on, and these little boxes is quite reliable. I would like to get the same reading on that side, and it's saying it's 0.2 of a degree out, so it is a little out. Now which way it is? 0.2. It's saying that side is down 0.2. Now the best way probably is to put shims underneath the table, or the structure of the lathe. I've got some shims here. No, what sort of thickness is it? Just old stuff that I got with the lathe. I think they might be a bit thick even. I was very fortunate about, wow, 2011. I was able to buy this lathe second hand, but from a workshop, and they packed up the two partners, separated, and they just packed up and sold everything for quite cheap. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to afford this. So I was very fortunate to be able to buy this, and I bought it for a very cheap price, I have to say. So yeah, let's undo this. Now I'm not too sure. Yeah, it seems to go. Now the old adjustable, a lot of people would probably not like me for using it, but it's just the first thing I could lay my hands on. Alright, let's see what we got. I'll grab a crowbar. There you are. And I'll see what happens if I lift this up a little. And hopefully I've got the right side. Where is it going? Oh, okay. Okay, let's see what happened. Still out. Have alright. Let's see if I lift that. What happens? Am I lifting the right side even? Now it seems like I'm doing the wrong side. That's the problem with these levels. They work a little different from the old ones I'm used to. Let's grab a proper spanner. These old Myford lathes are English made, so the old stuff is all imperial tools, so the old metric stuff don't work on it. But let's see if I can find a spanner for it. What would that be? 9/16. Oh, it's a bit loose. What was that? A 1/2 inch. Yeah, that's a problem with these old stuff. It seems like these was it's not very accurately. The nuts on them is a little bit different from the spanner sizes I've got. Let me just undo this side. See what happens if I lift this side up. Oh yes, okay. So I'll tighten this side up. And 0.2 of a degree is actually not that much, but if you try and make a machine part, it end up not being true. You know, you're just fighting yourself on the end. So the better you can get it on the end, the better it will be. You know, your end result would be. So that's why I just try and get it as good as I can. Alright, let's see what I got. Yeah, that was about it. So, what have they done here? Let's see if I can get in there. It's a little bit of a weird setup. Alright, so off camera I managed to level it out. I've just put a couple of washers in there, so that's all sorted. Very happy with that. Putting the old crowbar away, so it's not laying around. Try and keep the workshop in some sort of state where I can do stuff in here. Alright, I'll switch this off, put it away, hold it, there you are, sorted. Okay. Put the levels away. I was really lucky with these. It's old machine tools that I brought off a old engineer, so I was very fortunate to get hold of it. Yeah, so it was all wrapped in this grease paper, so he looked after it really nicely. Okay, so next I would probably go around, tighten all the grips up, make sure that everything is nice and tight but still quite smooth to handle. I know there is a bit of play, but you do always get a bit of play on every movable part, but try and get it as tight as you can with still being able to move it with ease, so that yeah, the whole machine will run good and true, and hopefully at some stage soon start producing something. Alright, so I'll start with the compound slide. Basically I'm just going to undo everything, loosen it all up, and then start from scratch. Basically is you got the screw part and the lock nut, so you need to undo the lock nut, very much similar to valves, only the old valves, and then go around feeling like you can feel when it starts gripping. You can see that there is quite a bit of play now. That is because I have undone the grip screws, so just go around, just lightly nip it up. Just to get a nice, good but even nice tight slide. I was a bit stupid when I had it, when I acquired it. I use grease on everything, so it's only lately that I started using the proper old way oil. So just learning from YouTube, and I have to say a big thank you for teaching me all of this on YouTube. Otherwise I would have never known it. Such a small little thing, this handle, but there won't be space for another one. It's nice and tight now. It's quite warm, so you probably, I'm sweaty, so you might see a bit of sweat. England this time of the year, that is, let's see, where are we? June, mid-June. It's quite warm here. Very fortunate we feel, because oh man, a sunny day over here is very precious. So we're not complaining, but we're just not so used to it. As you might have gained from my accent, I grew up in South Africa. Been here for about 20 years now, maybe a bit longer, and yeah, just grateful for all the blessings we received. Feeling very blessed, just being able to do everything we have. It's a great blessing. There you are. Very nice. Alright, so I went ahead and tightened all the grips up, so it's pretty good now. And I can move it around with limited play, although in the past I did fool around. I did make quite a few projects. My wife is into leather works, and I made quite a few stamps and chisels and stuff. But I mean, this might be boring for a lot of you guys, and what do you call a female of a guy, a woman, a friends. But this might be a bit boring, but if you want a nice machine, you need to look after it, I believe. So, I mean, although you can see on the paint, it's not new. It's been used and abused long before it came to me, but all in all, it still works pretty well. I'll start it up, check the oil levels. Oil level is, yeah, it's good everywhere. Maybe what is this? So you get different oils. You get gear oils, way oils. I just want to put the right oil on there. You get cutting oil. This is it. Just fill the old canister on the bearings up. I have gone around and oiled everything up. Let's see when I start it up what will happen. It should be all good. I'll probably start soon, pretty soon, on doing a bit of work. There you are, the clutch is still in, and engage the clutch, and shouldn't do that. I'll just do a little bit of a cut, but it's just something that was still in there. It cuts it nice and clean. I'll check it some other day. It's getting a bit late, so I'm gonna go in now and probably eat my dinner soon. I thank you for watching, and I'll probably start doing something pretty soon. Thank you very much. Oh, just remember, it's guys and girls. Sorry for all the girls. I was very fortunate. I've got a little cabinet here with the books that I've acquired. I'm a carpenter by trade, so I made a little cabinet for my books. I haven't got many, but most of them were recommended, and honestly I haven't read all of that. I just paged through most of them. So yeah, I've got a couple of books, and I was very fortunate when I bought the lathe to get the manual with it, so it showed me all the oiling points and maintenance, how to do it. So I was lucky with that. Like I said, most thing I got a bit of stock with it, steel, old steel. I did invest in more cutters. I've got that's the lathe tools. I've got the drill. I've got centers. Oh, that's actually on the lathe. And then I've got the lathe tools here. That's the drawer for it. It's actually on the bottom. There you are. I've got face plates and a 4-jaw chuck. Yeah, so pretty soon probably I'll start doing something. I got also, it might need a bit of cleaning up, but I received with the lathe as well some old what do you call it, some measuring instruments. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not new. This one is actually a Moore and Wright, good brand. I did put it in oil because if you look there on the bottom side of it, it's a bit that is actually on there somehow. I don't know what caught on it, but this lathe hasn't worked for quite a long time, so and most of my machines, so it's going to take a bit of time to get it all up and ready and doing bits and bobs. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy this. I found it interesting, and till next time, thank you very much.